Good afternoon, Bob Dalton coming to you from Allendale's trading floor here in McHenry, Illinois. It is Monday, March 14th, 2011. First, I want to start out today by thanking all of you who participated in our survey. We did conclude the survey taking process last Friday, and Rich Nelson is actually going to be going through the results of the survey with you live over the internet on a webinar Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. So you can register for that webinar on our website, www.allendale-inc.com, and go ahead and get registered. There are limited seats available, if you will, due to server bandwidth restrictions. So if you are interested in signing up and you want to hear the results broadcast live, go ahead and register as soon as you can on our website. And again, thank you very much for your participation. That's the only way we can come up with accurate results. The more people that participate, the more accurate our surveys are. So thanks again. On to the trade here today. We did notice both sides of the markets traded. Overnight, the grains were lower. They were called lower. They opened lower when the pits fired up at 9:30 here this morning in Chicago. And we ended up actually placing gains on the boards today in corn, beans, and wheat. The dollar and crude oil, the dollar first off the March contract went off here this morning, and we're now looking at the June dollar index. So for those of you who follow the dollar, make sure you're looking at the right month now. Crude oil off of its lows, we got down to below $98 a barrel here today. We're trading right now at 101.10, down only 6 cents on the day. The dollar down 43 in that June contract at 76.62.5. So it wasn't a whole lot of direction with the dollar pulling back and crude pulling back. But when crude did start to rally, I think the grains did pay a little bit of attention to that, and we did go from opening 8 lower in the corn to finishing actually up a little bit. We were up 1 3/4 today. May corn 666 is where we finished up. May soybeans up 5.5 today. 13.40 is where they settled, and then your May Chicago wheat 7.20 3/4 is where the price did settle today. That's up 2 on the day. So opening up sharply lower this morning. We did find some buying support come on in. As far as the charts are concerned, we posted inside days. They were inside days up, and we'll see if we can get the bulls to come back in here saying, well, hey, it's been over a week. We've pulled this market back. We saw a lot of fund liquidation. Maybe the bulls are ready to come in and support these markets. Only time will tell. Over to the livestock today, cattle down 62.5 in the April contract. 116.50 is where we finished up. Feeders down 65 cents today at 130.90, both posting some pretty strong gains last week. And then the hogs down 220 today, 85.95. Now, a lot of questions came up this morning in talking with my active clients. What exactly did this natural disaster out in Japan, what is that going to do to these markets going forward? Is this something that we need to be concerned about long term? Are they going to get it all fixed and taken care of soon enough so we can start exporting goods to them again very soon? The answer is, in the near term, it can be swung as a bearish occurrence for our grain. They are one of the top purchasers of U.S. grain, both corn, beans, and wheat, or I should say all of them, corn, beans, and wheat. They buy a significant amount from us. Also livestock. They do buy quite a bit of beef specifically. 15% of our exports have gone to Japan over the last year. So Japan is going to do what Japan needs to do to get their infrastructure built back up. That's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take some time. But once that infrastructure is rebuilt and they can actually transport deliveries of food goods, if you will, the grain and the livestock, we're going to come back into play, and we may come back in very heavy. They may be looking for large amounts of food right out of the gates as soon as they're able to move it to replenish some of the stocks that they lost. And the numbers that are out there right now, they're not even accurate because you can't get to areas where the damage was severe enough to assess exactly what happened as far as lost grain and infrastructure damage and the casualties out there. It's tough for them to get to where they need to be, and right now they're concentrating on a couple of nuclear power plants, trying to prevent them from melting down. So, and not to mention all the aftershocks that they've seen that are being recorded at a 6.0 on the Richter and higher. I think there have been 32 aftershocks since the main quake. So They're coming on hard times over there right now, and prayers go out to them. We hope that they're able to recover with limited, if any, additional casualties going forward here. We'd like to see that country rebuild, and I'm sure the U.S. I know the U.S. has got ships out there helping in any way that they can right now. But as far as what the situation in Japan requires from us and requires from our commodity markets right now is very, very limited. Long term, it may be helpful, but right now it is bearish. Feel free to call in if you want to talk about those topics as well. 800-262-7538 is the number. Thank you for tuning in this week. My name is Bob Dalton, and I will talk to you again very soon.